Hi Pisces, welcome to your July Tarot horoscope. We're just going to do that card. All right, that one jumped out ready to see you. So we've got one card for the month of July. So the beginning of July, for the first 2/3 is Cancer season, and then we'll be rolling over into Leo, and this is the card we have for you today. So for July, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is the way he looks the right way up. So we've got this single wand here. We've got these hands kind of grabbing at it, and far beyond in the background, we have this sort of castle or fortress, and this big sort of plant almost looking like a scythe coming along the side. And that's the card that we've got today. So we're going to see what the Ace of Wands has for you. Okay, Ace of Wands, instinctive drive. The growing flower on the right symbolizes personal drives, motivating forces, and the endeavors of each individual. Human beings possess basic instincts such as self-preservation and reproduction, as well as cultural instincts such as love and aggression. Our instincts determine our behavior and actions, as the symbolic hands on this and other cards of the wands show. We can only succeed in all our endeavors and put out green shoots if we are in constant contact with our inner fire. Yet sometimes we fail. We have to go through many ordeals of fire, sometimes even burning to cinders like the mythical phoenix, if we want to be born again, as symbolized by the sickle in the upper right corner and the flower. The positive result of all such transformational processes is a cleansing and purification of our instincts and behavior. Therefore, wands and the fire element in general are symbols of the human will. If all goes well, we will discover our true will. This card is all about finding our real identity and true home. To be centered within ourselves and at the same time at home in the world often entails two conflicting issues or two ends of a wand that need to be united. This card challenges you to do something active, and yet also to have the courage to let something happen. You will learn the answer by doing. Follow your energy and keep moving. Closely observe your fellow human beings and pay attention to relevant forces. Okay, so Ace of Wands. Any ace card is like a new beginning and a fresh new kind of introduction of whatever that concept is. And the concept we're working with is fire energy. So inspiration, instinct, ideas. But ideas, while they're still kind of at just that like spark of insight level, not that we're like cogitating it a lot. So there's some sort of new force or instinct that's coming up this season. And the season right now, the beginning of July, we're in Cancer season, so that's a water sign, which is kind of, your kind of home element of water. So we're in a sort of more emotional state, and Cancer season is great for this fire, like this this ace card to come, as ace is this new idea, and a new idea is ready for planting, but it's not ready for harvest yet. And Cancer, as the sign of the mother, is all about nurturing a new something and supporting it and caring for it until it's old enough to be mature and stand on its own. So we're kind of in this zone already of wanting to be like coming in and nurturing something, and it looks like what we're nurturing is some sort of kind of new manifestation of your will. So fire element is will. So there's this fresh new kind of way of identifying with yourself, and a new sense of what it is that your desires are and your instincts are pushing you towards. And your will is going to be very much tied to your identity. What do you see yourself as? Who do you see yourself as? What are the kinds of things you want to accomplish and experience in life? And then your will is going to be what drives you and pushes you forward. So there's this kind of budding sense of how identity and will go together. And for you, Pisces, this might kind of feel like a bit of foreign territory in general. Because we're dealing with fire element and you're a water element, but a lot of Pisces elements, or a lot of Pisces archetype, is about being immersed in the collective and feeling like kind of dissolved in and not feeling very like individuated, and it might be hard for you in general to identify your will, identify your identity, who you are and where your borders are, and without kind of melding into the desires and wills of others around you. So this is an opportunity to really try to like hone in you as an individual. No matter how you feel connected to other people, you are still your own individual little spark in this incarnation, and you do have something that is connected to your particular private will and desire that's wanting to be nurtured, that's wanting to grow. And so July, especially in the first chunk while we're in Cancer season, we're in this like, yeah, okay, there's something new, it's a little spark, a little flame, we're still going to take care of it, it's not necessarily ready to be on its own. You might still be feeling like that sense of identity or that desire to manifest something is still kind of in beginning stages, and that's great. That's exactly what this season is for, is to build into it and be protective and safe, kind of coming into the home space, as Cancer is also related to the home, and not yet quite ready for center stage. But towards the end of the month, when we roll into Leo season, Leo is much more about expression, and Leo is a fire sign as well. So then suddenly we're going to have a bit more of an injection of this fire element and support there, when you're going to then maybe want to express a little bit more about what it is that your will is kind of cooking up, and what it is that this new kind of instinct is gunning you towards. Leo's like, I want to be seen. I want to express what it is that I desire and what I love, and have it be recognized and reflected back by the community. So we're kind of seeing in July this beginning stage, maybe more hermiting, or just not necessarily hermiting, but in the safe zone, in the nurturing zone. When you have a little infant, you don't necessarily go out too much. You're really caring for its needs. And then when it's ready, you can start to healthier, a little more robust. You can show it off to the world. And that's kind of what is going to be happening towards the end of the month for you, except the little baby that's needing to be cared for is your own kind of sense of identity, and what your identity is wanting you to manifest with your will. So it might feel tricky. This might feel like with this sort of scythe element here, there's this feeling of cutting away that which you don't need to reap and harvest what it is that you do want. And so you might be needing to make not necessarily cuts, not cut this person out of your life necessarily that drastically, but making definitive decisions that you're going to do what it is that you need to do to manifest what your desire is, and not just sort of pushing your needs to the wayside in order to facilitate others, but to take a stand and say, no, this is a clear cut, this is what I need to do. I might be needing to say no, or not take on too many things in order to really carve out your identity, which is, for some people, it's very easy for them to know who they are and where they start and end, and where other people start and end. And for you, it might be a little trickier. So this is a really big opportunity to use that kind of fiery sense of self to try to have a little bit of boundaries here, which is maybe not, the Pisces isn't necessarily the strongest on boundaries, so it's going to be nice to try to it'll be a bit of a challenge to try to bring a little bit more of that into your presentation right now, and that's kind of what's going on with that. It feels kind of, I don't feel like I need to go into it too much, especially with anytime it's an ace card. It's still brand new, so it's still also one unified idea. We haven't branched off to more complexity yet, and whatever it is that is for you is going to look kind of individual. I can't really tell you exactly what this new idea is, because you're only just sort of wakening up to it yourself. So I'm just going to give you that that encouragement to not feel like you're burning people just because you are choosing to take a stand for yourself, or that you have something you actually want to accomplish, and it's not you just doing what it is that you feel is connected to your desire and your instinct. Doesn't okay, let me rephrase it this way. It doesn't cause harm to somebody else to choose not to jump in and help them all the time, and to instead work on yourself. Sometimes it can be feeling like you're kind of paying your way in the world by helping others, and if you're not actively doing something for somebody else, you're somehow selfish to be doing something for yourself instead. So if that's a kind of a mind frame that you kind of struggle with, I'd really encourage you to think that remind yourself that you are part of the collective and part of the world, and your desires and your instincts not only are important because they're important to you, but likely that which you're passionate about is also going to ripple out and do good for others as well, in a way that's a very unique thing that only you can do and bring to the world. So It's like taking a step back from actively helping other people with their things to help you with your desires and dreams. And then that's actually going to magnify in a bigger way than you just helping somebody else like on something that's not necessarily your kind of dream. But for a little bit, it looks like, you kind of pulling back into yourself, and that can feel selfish. But it's just the perception, and sometimes it can be tied to like an over excessive need to help people. So just try to just like feel your own value and feel that which is kind of this instinct or this new kind of idea that's come to you is there for a reason, and it's there for you to do. And if you don't do it, then the world isn't going to reap the benefit of whatever's going to be coming from whatever it is that's kind of budding inside of you. So just a little bit of that encouragement. I think I'm just going to leave it with that. This feels kind of complete. So again, just the beginning of this month is going to be that focus on the nurturing and the keeping the idea safe and growing it and building it. And then towards the end of the month, when we roll into Leo season, it might be like, okay, world, this is what I'm working on. And this is, what I'm excited about and passionate about, and stepping a little bit more forward into the open space that way. So best of luck for you, Pisces, and have a really great July. Bye-bye.